Hello, my name is David Deutsch and I'm the FinTech Digital Marketing Trainer for Search Titans. I've made some projections for the keyword budgeting apps. So you would imagine that the FinTech industry probably has a great deal of applications that deal with financial budgeting. In the following report, I take the time to examine Mint.com, GoodBudget.com, YouNeedABudget.com, EveryDollar.com, FastBudget.apps, Spendy.com, and PocketCard.com. And what I've done is I've analyzed the value of budgeting apps as a keyword, the value of that keyword to each one of these companies. And that's what I'd like to do for you. In order to get the same service for a keyword, and I could do this for you and your competitors so that you can see where you stand, all you have to do is send us your URL. And then from there, reserve a meeting with me on Calendly so I can give you a live presentation, and then you can join the apprentice program and learn all about digital marketing for the FinTech industry. Now, in this particular scenario, what we're doing is we're analyzing the keyword budgeting apps. And so I wanted to know how many companies are actually on page 1 of Google for the keyword budgeting apps that actually produce a budgeting app. Turns out only Mint.com, which is owned by Intuit, the same guys who do QuickBooks, right? So they created the budgeting app and they give it away for free. And in position 10, they're only getting about 21,000 clicks a year for the keyword budgeting apps, which is a shame because if they were in position 1 or position 0 above position 1 within the featured snippets box, they could be looking up to 70,000 clicks a year for free from the featured snippet position. The keyword budgeting apps is worth a great deal of money, and it's worth a great deal of interest to the consumers who actually type it into Google. Every month in the United States alone, you have 27,000 searches a month for the keyword budgeting apps. And yet the first 9 positions is only articles about apps. It's not an actual app that you can download. I've checked out all of them, and you could see that right here in the featured snippets, you have one featured snippet, you have some reviews, which means that some of the websites have reviews, but it's not as good as it could be. You can have so many other featured snippets that are available for any one of the companies that actually produce and provide a budgeting app. And to them, it would actually be worth something significantly more than just a good position on Google. It would get them a significant amount of downloads and installations for that particular keyword, for their particular application, for budgeting apps. So you would think that all of them would install the featured snippets software application. And all you have to do is install a specific kind of code called structured data for your software application, and suddenly you'll be in the featured snippets with "this is a software app," and then Google will tell all of the consumers who type in the keyword budgeting apps that that particular featured snippet belongs to an actual software app. Whereas there are no companies actually doing that for the keyword budgeting app, out of all the ones that I've looked at anyway. The next thing that we need to look at is the keyword variations of budgeting app, and this really gives us a good idea of the total volume of searches per month is 163,000 for all of the 7,000 keywords that contain the word budget and app. There's a lot of interest here. There's a lot of value. The consumers who are typing in these keywords want to download an application, and so it would make sense that the conversion rate for this keyword for budgeting apps themselves would be very high. And yet the positioning of most of these companies is extremely bad. They're in position 10 at best. The first paid application is in position 14 on Google, and I wanted to show you how I figured this out. So this is position 0. I estimate the average is about $49 per application, and that's how much the company would make for every user that pays for the application. Mint.com doesn't charge anything. Intuit, the company that makes QuickBooks, they just want people to use their application, their software, so that eventually they buy QuickBooks. So that makes sense. It's more advertising for them. But GoodBudget.com charges $49 a year for their application, so they can actually make money. But in position 14, they're only making $5,000 a year by my calculations. And that's what this is all about. Everydollar.com makes the most amount of money from this keyword, and yet they're not in position 0, they're in position 18. What to do about it? Add the structured data for software application. The end. That's a good start, actually. It's not the end, it's just the beginning, but it's a very, very good place to begin. Also, make sure that your reviews are properly listed so that people click on your app, download it, and then buy directly from Google, which is not currently the case. Most of the positions 1 through 9 is all just articles, blogs, newspaper websites, Wikipedia, nothing where you could actually download an application. Now, featured snippets are extremely powerful tools, and there's so many of them. All of these are different types of featured snippets. And what I'm pointing out here in this chart is that video will get you a 14% click-through rate in the featured snippet. If you put your software application as a product and you use structured data, you'll get a 9% click-through rate for this keyword, budgeting apps. So if you're a fintech company and you have a budgeting app or you produced one, or even if this keyword is related to you in any way, don't be afraid of your competitors because they're not there. They're not on page 1. They're not in position 1. So this is actually a free-for-all type of keyword, and all you really need to do is optimize your page for the right keyword for budgeting apps and use all or some or any of these featured snippets. And to do that, you need to use structured data. Now, that's what we help you with at Search Titans. We actually write the code for you, and we help you develop content, rich media content with structured data, or we use the content that you already have on your website, and we make the structured data for that content, and then we get you these results. We get you position 0. And we've done it before. We've done it many times. This is what we do. And we'll teach you how to do it yourself, as well as providing you with the necessary tools to accomplish it quickly and efficiently and get immediate results. So if you, for example, any company that produces a budgeting app in the fintech industry, well, they need to have the software application structured data. It's very common, it's free. It's a little bit complicated to produce, so we'll help you produce it. But once you've installed it, you don't have to do it again. And then you can get reviews for that software application. And you can get a video for the software application, structured data. And Google will present your website above all others because of the structured data and the featured snippets listing. And this is a list of all the sales you can expect to get for this keyword per year if you use all of these structured featured snippets, structured data points. You can use all of them or some of them, but you can expect to make that many sales a year through an average conversion rate. It's very, very, very cool when you nerd out like I do. The conversion rate by featured snippet, it increases dramatically, especially for this keyword. If you install the software app featured snippet, you're going to have a 7% conversion rate instead of an average of 3%. More people are going to download it directly from Google, Yahoo, and Bing. If you have live stream events where you actually make your video live stream and you explain how your app works, more people will click and download your app and pay for it. That's very common. And this is just for the keyword budgeting apps. We do this analysis for all of our clients. Paid search or search engine marketing for the keyword budgeting apps is extremely profitable to only 2 companies that I've investigated so far. Everydollar.com and YouNeedABudget.com can make a positive return on investment from paying $35,000 at $2 per click. That's only about 17,000 clicks, give or take. They can make roughly about $44,000 for YouNeedABudget.com and about $67,000 for Everydollar.com. That's more money than they're actually spending, which is a good investment to make. But the rest of them, they will not make a positive return on investment from search engine marketing. And so my recommendation to these companies is to not invest in paid search, but to spend most of their time and money in search engine optimization and using structured data and featured snippets to get in position 0. Now, that being said, any company that we investigate will be able to tell you exactly what your return on investment is going to be for the keyword in question, especially if you do financial technology or anything like that. The keyword budgeting apps for a company that can make a profit from that keyword will be able to tell you that right away. And in this case, we can see that only everydollar.com is making a significant return on investment of 200%. The rest would simply lose money doing it. So send us your URL and then reserve a meeting with me on Calendly for next week so that I can give you a live presentation for one of your keywords. Once I have your URL, I'll be able to investigate your company, your website, and your competitors to see exactly which of the keywords you could be making the most amount of money from, which ones can benefit from the featured snippets, which content that you have that we can structure and we can get you into position 0 above position 1 very, very quickly for your specific keywords instead of just budgeting apps. So once we've done that and I've given you a proper live presentation of the potential and the opportunities, then it'll be time to sign up to our program and build your digital marketing strategy with us.